Coming at you, it's the NBA right here on 2K Sports. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler, this is Brian Anderson. And we'll have Ali LaForce reporting for us. Now here's Wembanyama. These are two teams with a clear identity, Grant. Defense is their backbone.
Oh, BA, I don't expect to see many easy buckets between these two defenses. They're disciplined, hardworking, and gritty. And of course, they make you work for everything.
Here's Thompson, following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Durant. Always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
You gotta push Durant farther away than this, or he will make you pay.
Castle misses. Back comes Houston in transition. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
It's rebounded by Şengün. All right, let's get a report from Ali.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. We talked about Victor Wembanyama and what he wants to see from his team defensively, and he said, I want to see us knock him off balance a little bit, be tough, physical. That's how you get into his head, and that's how you frustrate him. Expect to see a lot of defensive aggression against Wembanyama tonight. Guys, back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Ali. Houston working the ball around. Here's Okogie. Rebound, San Antonio.
That's an awesome defensive effort. A great contest right at the rim.
And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up, and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click. And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Wembanyama. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. Wembanyama screen. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, no good. Houston in the lead. Pass to Durant. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Yeah, so good to see Smith passing the ball like this, wanting to improve as a distributor in the NBA.
To the inside. And Durant with the big finish.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Here's Shepherd. And a miss there on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
San Antonio again can't hit. The Rockets lead by 6. Here's Capella, and the slam dunk by Capella.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
Barnes, it's good.
And that's what they want to do, get him open looks early.
Now here's Thompson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Capella. Outside Tate. Durant surveying the D. From deep, Capella. Vassell with the rebound. From deep, Wembanyama. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Wembanyama, no good. Houston leading by 4. Outside Tate. Pass to Durant. Screen by Capella. Second shot opportunity. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. And here's Wembanyama. Tries to keep it alive. The three from Barnes. Up again. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. The Rockets on top, up 4.
The SPURS 12.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, the energy was there, the communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
Wembanyama from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Houston. And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Pass to Şengün. Here's Shepherd, covered by Wembanyama. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox, he said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Offensive board. Sohan banked it in off the glass.
Well, Sohan has been well coached on attacking the glass, and doing that gets him the follow-up bucket.
Pass to Davison. Down low. It's stolen by Wembanyama. They push it up 4 on 3. The 3, Vassell. Kept alive. Shoots over Şengün. Vassell can't get it to go. Here's Capella. Houston working the ball around. That's tipped. Here's the break. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, clanks the dunk. And Houston has possession. Pass to Shepherd. Outside Tate. Here's Shepherd. Screen by Capella. Just 5 to shoot. It's scooped up. Here's Davison. Goes back up. Capella. Here's Shepherd to the left side wing. Gets another look. Davison can't hit. Wembanyama scanning the floor. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Tim, you got into the NBA media very quickly after your playing days. Were you naturally drawn to this side of the game?
Well, B.A., I think I always saw the game as a coach would, trying to watch all 10 players at the same time. So for me, the ability to stay connected to the game while also talking about it and hopefully teaching people really is what's drawn me to it from the beginning.
And no suffering the L from the broadcast table.
That's for sure. You don't have to have any sleepless nights. Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Oh, too easy for Wemby. Nice finish.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Pass to Şengün. Stolen by Wembanyama. Now Vassell. Outside Wembanyama. Back to Sohan. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Here's Durant. Barnes with the rebound. Spurs lead by 3. Castle goes in. Pass to Barnes. Sohan outside. Three-pointer. Rockets with a rebound. Smith outside. Here's Okogie. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
with great mobility in the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
Yeah, and they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster still very young with room to grow.
Three-pointer off the mark. San Antonio leading. The three from Barnes. Smith with the rebound. Here's Durant. Oh, carving him up. The Slim Reaper.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Here's Vassell. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. San Antonio on top. They're up by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Wembanyama with it. Now Thompson defending. Vassell's shot is good.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Here's Şengün. Rebound by San Antonio.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Vassell outside. Back to Wembanyama.
It's such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. And for all the optimism, Grant, the Spurs having to navigate some tough seas with health challenges.
Yeah, the legendary Greg Popovich moving to a front office role. Then Wemby suffering a blood clot too. Some trying times, but this team's foundation of togetherness has helped.
Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Outside Barnes. Sohan, left side. San Antonio needs to get off a shot. Barnes, no good. Rockets trail by 6. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball.
Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness, but you've got to be smarter. That's a low percentage pass.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. And it's Shepherd missing. On offense, here is San Antonio. Shoots. San Antonio again can't hit. To the paint. Knocked loose. Outside for Green. Houston working the ball around. Here's Adams. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Back to Wembanyama. Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Brian, back to you.
He's taken over. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Inside. Here's Adams. And it's slammed in by Adams.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Here's Sohan. That one's off. Still out of sync. Houston in the lead. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama won't be denied.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Pass to Holiday. .114 left to play in the third quarter here. 6 on the shot clock. Adams a screen. Houston needs to get off a shot. And it's slammed in by Adams.
You want to stop Adams when he rolls, but honestly, Steven is such a force. Sometimes you can't stop him.
Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
To the middle. Sohan.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Here's Durant. Give him 8 points now. Oh, KD! Filthy!
Turning up the intensity. Durant saw his chance and does not hold back.
Pure from three-point range.
When you can shoot over the top of people and hit a high percentage from out there, you are in rare company.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Şengün, the screen. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. Nice shot by Durant. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Add KD's mid-range J to the game's unblockable shots alongside the sky hook and the step-back three. I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
Yeah, there was a lack of intensity in the first half, but these teams have now turned it up.
Well, the margin for error is getting smaller, so the stakes on each possession are getting bigger.
And so it's... Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. But this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Castle for 3. Capella with a rebound.
And that's not exactly the matchup they were looking to exploit there.
Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Come on, man. I mean, there was no chance Wemby was going to ever let that reach the rim. Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Şengün, no good. San Antonio leading by 7. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Inside, kicks it out to Barnes. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Wembanyama. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Capella. Barnes with the rebound. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. And Wembanyama missing. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Right wing. Pass to Capella. It's stolen by Wembanyama. To the paint. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Oh, Wembanyama hitting from deep. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Now Wembanyama. Here's Wemby, and he slams it down.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Screen by Capella. Here's Shepherd. Outside Şengün. 6 to shoot. Now Capella. He nails it with the shot clock winding down.
Inside, Capella's physical ability makes the difference. He can get vertical, bump with you, whatever it takes.
Wembanyama with it.
2 minutes.
Picked up by Sohan. That misses. Rockets trail by 8. Smith right side. Here's Shepard. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, that's the kind of play that can earn you a spot on the bench.
Outside Wembanyama. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
They're using his size well and putting some muscle behind his blade. That's how Sohan gets to his shot inside.
Outside Durant. Here's Smith. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
Got the ball right inside. Such a well-timed pass.
When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute. Oh, what a clutch performer. It's clear that Durant loves the spotlight and embraces that chance to take those huge shots.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
That's how you protect a lead. Build it out with clutch free throws.
Here's Şengün. Misses the 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wembanyama. Durant there for the rebound. And here's Houston.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
Wembanyama gets it to go. And so it's San Antonio with the W. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For reporter Allie LaForce.